Hello, everyone. My name is VivianJadeMo, the trained professional, and before we get into today's episode, I kind of wanted to address the nature of this recording session. These episodes that have come out of the cliff route for the smoke room all were recorded back in March of 2024. I am recording this in the far future from that in October, and so basically I'm just saying this at the beginning of this episode because whenever I kind of address things in this episode that might sound like they're talking about current times, current controversies or odd things going on, I had no idea what was going to happen, and I was kind of addressing other things. So yeah, I didn't get this recording out for a long time, and I guess I waited too long because, yeah, if you don't know what happened, it's not important right here. If you want to know, you can look into it. It's easily look upable. But the long and the short of it is that I wanted to get these episodes out. They've been waiting a long time to get out, and now they will be. Just don't, if you are in the know, don't consider anything said in here to have to do with anything that happened within a month or two of when I'm recording this October. So just keep that in mind. That's all I ask. And let's just get into the video. All right? Or videos, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is VivianJade, the trained unprofessional, and my expressions are all over the place. Holy moly. Yes, for those who haven't been watching the streams, I have evolved, if you can count this as an evolution of sorts. It was inevitable. It really was inevitable.
Yeah, no, the VTuber thing, yeah, didn't work out. I wanted to. That's my current goal, but yeah, my laptop, number of years old now, doesn't have the capacity to run VC Face and OBS and me playing something all at the same time without crashing or messing up in some way. So, unfortunately, that will have to be put on the back burner. I'm sure the hordes were wanting to know, but I felt like I should clarify, because this is, as I said earlier, a much older recording, and recordings have come out that I recorded after this that didn't have it, so I didn't want to leave y'all with a false expectation, I guess. Yeah, so, yeah. I don't really need to say this, don't I? Anyway, back to the episode.
However, the big problem that I'm having right now is that apparently OBS has been catching on to the fact that they've been having some crashing issues, and not just for me, but in general. People have been reporting that OBS has been crashing for them. So I'm hoping that this recording goes well. I'm going to try. And we're going to go through this recording to try to see if it works. If it doesn't, then we just gotta figure out what we can do. Because I tried streaming. I've been streaming. I did a couple of streams, and they always end in crashes. Especially when I try to play anything that is too powerful. It crashed during freaking Lookouts. And it's a visual novel, so I don't know what else I could play apart from Solitaire that wouldn't overtax it. So we're trying, and if the recordings keep crashing, it's slowly going to I'm going to try to downgrade it even more and more, going from the VTuber to the PNG tuber. That's my plan. And then if that's still too much, then just taking it off entirely. And then who knows what we'll eventually have to do. Just hoping to fuck that OBS gets their shit together. But long story short, the smoke room. I don't know when the last episode specifically was put out, but I do know that the last update that I downloaded was 2 years ago almost. It was July of 2022. So that's a lot. That's a fucking lot. And I didn't mean to take so long to get back to this game, but a lot's happened since then. Oh man, there's a lot. Oh, my shit's all spread out everywhere. Hold on, I'm flying everywhere. See, this is a problem with this VTuber thing, is that as soon as I lean over, everything gets screwed up. Hold on, there we go. Now I'm back in the center. But yes, shit's been kind of fucked up. But we're trying. We're trying to make it work. Me and my laptop that's currently sounds like it's about to fly off to space. So let's see what routes we're on. See if we gotta censor anything immediately, because these games that I can't stream are for very specific reasons. Very specific reasons. Let's see. Load. Yep, and immediately there is penis on the screen here. God damn. So we're gonna have to censor that. Thanks. But the fortunate thing is that there is a version of this where it isn't censored. Ooh, how did that happen?
Yeah, no. Man, a lot changes in a few months, but there is also no uncensored version of my videos anymore. I tried OnlyFans, but didn't work out because they said the visual novel videos, reading a visual novel, contained illegal activity or prohibited roleplay. Whatever the fuck that means. I appealed it, they upheld it with a manual review, so even OnlyFans didn't work. So I don't know what the fuck other option there is. I've looked at Locals, but it looks kind of weird, like a right-wing fucking propaganda site. I know that's not the entire thing, but that's like all I saw on their front page. I also saw possibly Fansly as an option. No idea. So if Jesus Christ, my dishwasher's going nuts because I'm talking too much. If you want to see me do uncensored versions, I can't put them on YouTube unlisted. That almost cost Dirk their entire fucking channel. I can't put them on Patreon because they're not allowed there. Can't put them on OnlyFans because they're not allowed there. Can't put it on Pornhub because they're not. That whole fucking program doesn't work, and it's a public platform. So let me know. When I was on OnlyFans, the 2 videos that were able to go on there, no one went and looked at them. So for the people who would actually want the uncensored versions, let me know where to try next, because otherwise I'm just gonna stop trying, because this I've tried too goddamn hard for nothing to fucking work out. But anyway, back again to the freaking episode. So sorry about this.
Now that I've been talking for 8 fucking minutes, let's get with the getting. August 1st, 2022. There we go. Fuck. This is the problem with playing games over the course of fucking time, is that this happens. And it's no one's fault. I think I'm gonna have to remake the save file real quick. So, I guess there's going to be a cut here real quick while I remake the fucking... There've been... the dev here has been reworking a lot of the game. So I guess I gotta go back and remake stuff. And if I come across anything notable, I guess I'll include that. I have no idea what I'm going to see. So we'll fucking see. But, yeah, I'm going to be skipping real quick. So BRB. Oh, fuck. This means... I just realized this means I'm going to have to do it for all the fucking characters, too. Well, I guess that makes sense, because apparently they've done a bit of rewriting to the cliff route, which a lot of people have opinions on that. And whatever your thoughts are on behind the scenes stuff, I'm not talking about rumors about people or whatever and all that other stuff. I'm talking about staffing, writing, changing hands. The only people who know 100% of the story are people who are actually involved, and even then, having talked to those people myself, which was in confidence, so this is not, you're not getting any breaking news here, but I've talked to to a lot of people involved, and everyone had the summarized version, I'll say, is that everyone has their version of the truth. The old phrase is what? There's two sides to every story. I think the more accurate version is there's three sides. There's, where there's two people talking, there's three sides to every story. One person, the second person, and then the truth, which is usually somewhere in the middle. Especially when you get situations where there's, communication issues, or especially with online communication, there's a lot of tone translation that doesn't happen, or I don't know. It's not my place to say, it's not my place to even talk about, because the whole point is me saying that the only people who really know are people who are directly involved. So I guess the only thing I'd say is, whatever your opinions are on people who currently work on this game, who used to work on this game, is if you enjoyed what has been done, continue to enjoy it. If you no longer enjoy the game, move on. If you still like it, if you like it more, then cool. Whatever you do, just enjoy it the way you enjoy it. I hope that was neutral fucking Jesus Christ. Yeah, I got a lot of fucking save file work to work here. I'm only gonna rebuild the one I'm working on, which I guess since I was just talking about the cliff one, since I gotta remake all of them anyway, I guess I'll remake the cliff one, because that's the one that is like the elephant in the room, because it had the most notable public change in writer, even though all of them had change in writers. Literally all the routes had writing change of hands. So I guess we'll just go ahead and start. I wonder if they would let me do chapter select, even if I haven't seen things. Let me see if I can. Chapter selection may contain spoilers for certain parts of the story. Do you want me? Yes. Do you object to Murdoch joining the... Oh, interesting. No, I don't object to that. So it's nice. They just let us choose the shit. Nice. That is cool. I like that. I guess we'll see if we see anything that's new. Hopefully, or else I'm just missing a whole bunch of shit right now and have no idea. Whoa! Hold the fuck up. That was a new CG I haven't seen before. That's cool looking. Look at that. Look at that. That's fucking cool. Look at that Murdoch. That's fucking nice. I like that. I like that. Food, bandages, anything. I'm watching along with the episode. And then
In the episode, yeah, it immediately goes to I take it, open it up, and stuff the map inside, placing the. So in the original episode, you just take it. You don't get the option to leave it. You just take it. Wow. So, okay, so that was different. So I wonder, have I been missing new stuff? Fuck, I hope not. Fuck, I hope not. Fuck. Okay. All right. There's pretty definitive evidence here that I've been missing some of the rewrites. So, in the original episode, the scene ends here. It ends at this line. I hold him in my arms like that for a good while as we watch the fire burn together. However, now there's more. And the skip option just blew right past it. Which means I've probably missed some of the other shit too. So I have an option. I can go and try to reread the entire fucking route to see what's different, as if I would remember every little fucking detail. Considering how many episodes are there of the cliff route? How many have I done? Let me pull that up real quick, because I have a whole playlist dedicated to just the cliff route. I have 16 videos. Mind you, the cliff route doesn't start properly until episode 3 of that playlist, which is actually episode 4 of the whole playthrough. But yes, so unless I want to replay fucking... Oh my god. Unless I want to replay 16 fucking videos, I might just have to accept the fact that I'm going to miss some shit. Which sucks. But it's the unfortunate truth of playing a game that's still being updated. Let me know, I guess, what you would prefer I do. If you want me to go back and fucking redo all of Cliff's route to see what exactly has changed, or if you'd prefer that I just skip ahead, like I'm going to be doing in this episode, to where we've been. I will see this play out because I've found it specifically, but damn. Wish I had an option that would just show me the new stuff that actually worked, because it should just show me what is new. But it was showing me everything was new. So anyway. You know, Sam. I stir and rumble. His voice lowers to a whisper. If you really think that map will help us, I won't tell anybody about that either. It dawns on me now that he's talking about the map that was still hanging out of its case in the open. I'd completely forgotten about it. But if you're going to put it back, then you should do that quickly. We wouldn't want a group to fracture over such a paltry misunderstanding as that. I didn't think we needed anymore, but now I have doubts again. We got lost so easy the first time. If I end up on my own again, I can't rely on anybody else. Whatever you choose to do, I won't judge you. Ugh. Considering I don't have the full context of what the fuck is going on here, I know we took the map, and I believe the reason is because we were like, oh, we're about to fucking skedaddle, and then we eventually chose not to. Why the fuck would this choice be here, though? I think, potentially, it would be better to have the fucking map
than to, than to not, especially since we're trying to maintain the integrity of what we did before, because I don't think we put the map back previously. I don't know. I don't remember, but maybe we did, maybe we didn't. I don't know. I can't get lost in that forest again. And I think Cliff knows I'll have to make a break for it if I do run into any trouble at the reservation. I tuck it out of sight. What? I tuck it out of sight and into our equipment as fast as we can. That's the wrong sight there. That site means like a place. It should be the site that's like visual sight. Anyway, I can't read Cliff's expression. His glare is obscured by the firelight bouncing off his glasses. But I curl up against him and drift off to sleep. Oh, Cliff did not approve. Well, let's see what he says if we leave the map. No. It was wrong before. It's wrong again now. This isn't just a map, it's their family history. I thought that Cliff would be the most sensitive to that. More so out of anybody in our group. But maybe he really does care about me that much. So much that he would cast his principles aside. I don't know. I can't read Cliff's expression. His glare is obscured by the firelight bouncing off his glasses, but I curl up against him and drift off to sleep. Oh, that really muddies the fucking waters on whether or not you should do that or not. I have no fucking clue. Here's the thing. One of the things I really liked about the cliff route as I knew it, and I have no idea if it's going to be maintained going forward or not, because I haven't gotten acquainted with the cliff route as it will be going forward, is that I liked that cliff originally is presented as this well-meaning gentleman that was coming forward and is just trying to do his best, because that's the narrative that is often presented in, frontier history books. They're just gentlemen trying to explore the new world, and then in reality they were the fucking pioneers of genocide and all these horrible things. And so the idea of maintaining the idea of will Cliff stick to being of that role, or is he buying into the hype of what people say he is? Is he actually shitty? Is he just thinking what he is going to be? It's a very complex thing, and I'm interested to see it all while accurately portraying the plight of Native people at this time period. So it's something that I hope gets maintained, and I have no idea if it will or not, but that's just what we have to find out. So I have no idea whether or not Cliff would be the most sensitive to taking or leaving this map, because quite frankly, that's kind of a crux of a conversation, isn't it? Is that Cliff has multiple motivations here, depending on what he's actually trying to do. If Cliff is still thinking with his archivist, trying to get all the pieces of history style mindset, then quite frankly, he'd want the map, because that would play into his goal of trying to get pieces of history from this place, regardless of how it impacts the people. However, if he is becoming more and more sensitive to the people that he's affecting, which you were kind of getting a hint of that as we were getting to know the people at the place we're about to go to, the reservation, then it would be less acceptable to Cliff, because he's gotten to know this family in particular, as to his original goal and the ethics of same. However, at the end of the day, we're trying to recreate a save file. And in that one, we just took the map and went. So, unfortunately, just gotta take it. Oh, even the choices are different. In the episode, it's I did or it was a fun diversion. But obviously on the screen, you can see that as strange as life can be, I'd like you in mind as much as possible, or this was a fun diversion, but the future holds many hoops. I don't know if Sam talks like that. but whatever, you know, you gotta let him know, Joe. Oh yeah, of course this isn't fucking Sam talking. No wonder it fucking doesn't sound like that. Because it's Cliff talking. Duh. Why the fuck did I... It's because I'm skipping through. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I generally don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Okay. It appears that I chose the happy option. Could you... There we go. Jesus Christ. It appears that I chose the top option. That as strange as life can be, I'd like you in mine as much as possible. I said that you were special to me, and I meant it. The both of you. It perks up. Oh yeah, and then the rest of this should be the same-ish. Who the fuck knows? Generally, I have no fucking clue. Oh, this motherfucker. Oh, that was different. That was a different picture. It actually showed the church. Because before, it was just like the town, the middle of the town there. The middle of Townsville. Fucking stupid. I'm stupid. I was wondering about that because I've also noticed that these characters here have sprites, and I didn't remember them having sprites. And yeah, they didn't before. They do now. That's awesome. This is officially where we left off, like 10 updates ago. Again with the symmetric buildings. This is very much like the wasn't James's house symmetric and the town hall symmetric? There's a lot of symmetry in these buildings. I don't know who's talking right now, so I'll just go with a medium tone. The outside of the inn looks more like a tenement house than a professional setup suited for comfort. The inside of the inn isn't much to look at either. There's a lobby with a desk and keys flanked on both sides. Not so much a place for a reception. The goose eyeing us warily doesn't look Masada. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon. Do you need a room for the night? Our company will be staying for a week, if that isn't a problem. It shouldn't be. A week for one bedroom will cost you $21. Would it be all right if we have access to our rooms a little early? We've run into several hardships on the road and would love an opportunity to calm ourselves to get our bearings. The goose shook her beak. Rooms can't be rented without an upfront payment. Murdoch nods with understanding, as if he could recognize that tone of voice a mile away. Right then. He turns to me. It seems like we may have to cough up the cash ourselves, or wait and for our benefactor to clear this up himself. I gawk at him. You think I have that much money? Well, you do work at... His voice trails off as the goose stares at us. One of the finer establishments in Echo, do you not? Not that fine. He looks at me with skepticism at first, and then it turns into a gentle alarm. Thankfully, our patron should be coming along shortly. There are a difference typically between what's short to us and short to Professor Tibbets. Murdoch looks to be processing that. Oh God, we could be waiting for hours. That's what I'm saying. The goose clears her throat. Could you tell me your patron's name? I do have a booking here. Me and the red fox both let out sighs of relief. Oh, good. Is there a Mr. Clifford Tibbets down on the page? The goose flipped through her booklet with her bony talons. I'm afraid there isn't. Damn it. Wait. Maybe he put it down as Jebediah Coles. Now that's a good idea. The fox leaned into the counter, placing his paw on his hips, and gave the goose his best smile. How about it? Oh, well, there's a name I recognize. But no, he isn't booked either. Murdoch's smile and his eyelids drop immediately. Drop! He turns to me. We're running out of options here. I mutter under my breath. Might as well make something up. Something about me saying that makes Murdoch's eyes snap open. Oh. Going with that one. All right. How about a Mr. Cornelis van Houwelink? Houwelink. Doing the Glory Hounds pronunciation guide has made me all conscientious of the... Oh, I seem to be stuck. What's happening here? Let's see. Whoop. Why am I not moving? Oh, man. That's usually the first sign that, oh, my shit's gonna crash. That's not good. Okay, so the VTuber crashed, and we're back to PNG tubing. That's fun. Let's see how much longer I can record before the whole fucking thing crashes. That's great. That name sounds familiar. Wasn't he that painter that Cliff mentioned? Probably shouldn't be wasting this lady's time. But the goose's eyes flick up from her book. How's that spelled? Murdoch takes a piece of paper out of his pocket. Looks slightly ripped and stained with dew. Like this? The goose leans forward, looking. That's him. I don't much like giving out keys before down payment, but this is your lucky day. She unhooks a set of keys off the wall and sets them down in the fox's paw as he puts the paper in his vest jacket away. Second floor, first door on the right. I don't want to say anything now, but I get the feeling I need to know what the hell just happened. I keep my mouth shut for now and follow the fox up the narrow set of stairs to our room. His big tail almost hitting me in the face as we ascend. Wow. I think we just stepped into RuneScape. Once we're inside, I forget myself for a moment. This room is much bigger than I thought it would be, considering the conditions of the inn. It's bigger than my room at the Hip. It ain't exactly lavish, but I get the feeling it's nice for a place such as this. Only 2 beds, huh? Seems like one of us might have to share with Jeb. I know you're not going to pretend like what just happened didn't happen. Who's Corn Van Hoolick? It's Mr. Tibbets' his real name. Or at least the one he must go by in Europa. Here. He takes a piece of paper out of his pocket and shows it to me. I squint my eyes, looking over the letters. I guess I butchered it a little. So why is he using a fake name? It might not have been his choice. My grandparents had to change their name when they immigrated, though they didn't have to change them by very much. I think for a second I remember Nick mentioning something similar. Nicholas was his official name, though he still preferred Nikolai. But he asked us to keep calling him Nick to play it safe, because nobody would be able to tell the difference between that and Nick. Or, I guess, Neek and Nick. How'd you get that? It was just lying around at the site where we got attacked. I held on to it because I figured it was important identification papers, but it slipped my mind until you brought up fake names. Anyway. What? Either you and the professor are gonna have to share your bed with... Either you or the professor is gonna have to share your bed with Jeb. And why is that? Because we're both huge and you're both small. I'm not small, Sam.
You're angry. You're angry.
I can do angry too. Let me see my angry face.
I'm so bad.
Oh, jeez. I'm just as tall as most other men. Compared to me and Jeb, you're small. So are most people. That's beside the point. That flimsy little bed couldn't handle the both of us. Well, what about the doctor? What about the doctor? Where exactly is he staying? He and Jeb seem close. Maybe he'll offer him a place to stay. Sounds like you just want a bed to yourself. I just have some bad memories where I used to have to share a bedroom. We had tiny bunk beds we had to share. I'd wake up against a wall because I couldn't breathe. Why didn't you just sleep on the floor? Because I don't want to wake up with cramps. Bad start to a heavy work day. About to say that he wouldn't get as many cramps if he put some muscle on his back when I hear a knock on the door. He goes to open it when we see Cliff walk in through the door.
There you are, men. I trust setting up the room wasn't too much trouble.
Truth be told, they almost didn't let us in. Did you pay?
I just paid off the room, so no need to trouble yourself with those worries. Now that we're here, let's just let go of our travel worries and strategize how we're going to spend our time here and how we're going to make our way back.
A week, huh? That should be enough time to prep and plan our way out of here. If I walked, I could probably make it on my own to Camp Rosa. I can't remember if they have a train station or not.
I have interviews with the Meseta in the morning from 9 to noon, so we should wash and eat breakfast before 8.
You mind if I set up the closet for development?
You're one step ahead of me, Murdoch. Just please make sure to keep your chemicals sealed up tight before and after you use them. I only have 1 week to speak with the people here, and I wouldn't want to embarrass myself with the limited time I have.
You don't need much more from me anymore, right?
Thankfully, no, since we've arrived. Though admittedly, I would feel a lot better if you made the return trip with us as well.
Cliff,
I already know your circumstances. I am merely just voicing my concern after what we went through to get here. It's not exactly safe to go wandering about all alone after we found out what's out there, is it?
Okay. It's not safe much anywhere. Especially not for me. I think he's saying at least there's nothing here that will physically harm you. I wouldn't say that. There's a couple of bounty hunters from Echo stroll in if Will decided to give them my name. Must be putting the pieces together any day now. And if he knows we went, and if he knows where we went, and he knows where we went, Jesus fucking Christ.
I don't think it's smart for anybody to travel alone after what happened.
Then I'll find somebody to travel with. It's not really either of your concern.
But it is of our concern. Just because you're going on your own way doesn't mean we'll stop being friends.
I feel the same way. I've been through more in the last few days with this group than I ever have before in my life. Y'all getting sentimental without me?
Hey, there he is.
We turned to see the horse crouching to stand in the small doorway as he made his way inside. This is so in circle or what?
Just trying to keep our plans for the week shipshape. Ship.
I won't be going back to Echo with the rest of you. The mood is heavy again, despite the weasel's attempt at redirection. Also, we're just saying that out loud now. I could have sworn we were keeping that a secret, but who knows? Maybe that's one of the changes.
That's so. We'll be worse off without you.
That's surprising to hear. I don't feel like I did much aside from getting injured.
You helped me dig. And you didn't panic when most people could have. Maybe even should have. Stable men are hard to find.
My smile's a bit strained. You're overselling my contributions, no period.
Not really. Just a fact of the prairie. You're all fine if at least one of you is. And you're a decent example for staying steady. Better than I was anyway, even if it wasn't my fault.
Well, Jeb is right about one thing. We're only better off with you around, Sam.
Now, wait just a minute. What do you mean about one thing?
What the? Why are you getting so fucking mad here, man? Fucking calm down, dude.
I was right about a lot of things. My animals are dead, my wagon got hacked up, and I still got you where you needed to be.
We ran into problems before the attack. I'm late for my arrangements because of all the extra time spent in the woods.
Extra time? What is he talking about? It's only been a few days.
Oh, forget it. We're lucky we weren't 10 away at the gate is all. I tell you what, Jebediah, why don't I just pay you your what the fuck? Why don't I just pay you for half of the trip, and you can just focus on resting up here? I'll pay for a new cart and new animals, but I'll look into finding a different guide. What do you think of that?
I think it's stupid as hell, considering I've got to go back that way anyhow. You'll be hard-pressed to find somebody else short notice.
I also don't think it's that good. I also don't think it's that's such a good idea. My family want me back in town as soon as possible.
Well, I don't want to pay top dollar just to get lost again.
I said it wasn't my fault.
It wasn't. We have multiple different experience trackers, experience problems, and inconsistencies.
Then here's what I think. The naked truth must be that something on that path or in that forest has altered our perception of space and time. I know that's various types of hallucinogenic gases that cause people to lose track of such things, and we must have fallen victim without realizing.
Wow. Fucking... Oh, fucking hell. I gotta say, the jump in lingo from I don't want us to get lost again. How about I just pay for all this? Well, I guess the only other thing is our perception of space and time has been altered. The only other conclusion, just fucking... It's not something you say when you're frustrated, is it? Oh, it just sounds a tad unnatural. It's not an unsolid theory, nor one that I wouldn't expect Cliff to say, but like,
That or we all have a shared disease, though I must admit that I do not feel all for feverish. Drugging isn't outside of the possibility either.
Here's something simpler, Mr. Tibbets. You are in an unfamiliar community in the middle of the woods full of people who either cannot help you or cannot understand you. You are paying me to take you from point A to point B and not much else. You owe me half, and I'll want that amount in full tonight.
Fine.
Weasel mutters under his breath, putting his bag on one of the beds and scrambling through its contents.
pulls out the pre-written check and hands it over to the horse.
I hope you use this responsibly.
It's mine. I'll use it how I damn well please. Come find me in a week if you plan to make good on the prior arrangement. But this time, I want you to pay up front. He ducked down and out of the room, slamming the door behind him. We could hear him trot down the stairs in a hurry.
And he didn't even bother to tell us where to find him.
I'm sure you'll see him around. Hard to stay hidden in a place like this. I don't like how right I am right now. I mean, it's a true thing, but like, it's like a shitty thing to say as a protagonist.
I'd thought if I laid out my reasoning, he would come to understand my concerns.
Cliff's always been kind of socially inept, but like this is a little much. He's never been this fucking like off. I don't know. And besides, the whole thing seemed like way more quick to get to anger than before. Like, Jeb got really oversensitive about that. Well, if he's right about one thing, like, and then it just got really, really fucking angry really fast. I don't know. Maybe it's just that I haven't read this in a bit, but I don't know. It just felt a little off.
It isn't as simple as going from point B to point A if there are dangerous miasmas flitting about in the woods. And then there's that beast to consider. If that patch of woods is its territory, does it make any sense to go traipsing around to provoke it again? Flinging ourselves to jaws both literal and proverbial is what that is if he intends to take us the same path backwards.
Cliff.
What?
You don't have to diagram what you're thinking. I understand where you're coming from.
That's good.
But you aren't breathing enough. And Jeb's already gone. He holds his breath. He holds his hands to his temples.
I know he's gone. I just thought if I didn't explain, you both wouldn't get it, and you'd both think I wasn't acting in the rational capacity.
I looked at Murdoch to see his reaction to this. He's looking at me too. I don't think Jeb thought your thought process was oh, man. Man, I'm a stuttering mess today. Maybe if I move the screen closer. I do need new glasses. Let's try that. I don't think Jeb thought your thought process was questionable, but it's more like you care an awful lot about how people react to the same information that you get. You're making decisions based off of how they feel.
Well, isn't that what I'm supposed to be doing? What kind of message does it send when a guy isn't concerned about the safety of his passage?
He's probably frustrated that you hired him for his expertise, but doubt it whenever anything goes wrong.
But so many things have gone wrong. Do you really think that none of them are his fault? The drinking was appropriate when we were that close to death's door.
I think it's fine to be mad about that. But he's mixing up two different things. Yeah. I'm fucking... a lot of middle tone voices happening right now.
What?
I remember the times Jeb got drunk. They only happened after we got lost or attacked, but not before. If your ideas about intoxicating gas are true, then we were already subjected to an altered experience before we started drinking. The stud slip trembled.
I see.
I don't. What the fuck does that mean? He took his glasses off to wipe them off. Took off his glasses to wipe them off, and then placed them back with trembling hands.
You're both right, of course. I haven't been acting as a gentleman should.
Oh, Jonathan Joestar.
I shouldn't expect others to react how I preconceive they should react. It's not fair to anybody, is it?
Part of that is just management experience.
Well, yes, but that's no excuse. This is my first expedition, and I should be trying harder to be on my best behavior. I don't know what I'm doing, and this is the last impression that both of you will have of me if this really is our last week together.
I'm not going anywhere. I don't have much I can add. I don't think anyone can change who they are in just a week. Unless it's something really bad. Hey, Professor.
What, Samuel?
I'm gonna remember you for who you are. Not just for who you want to be. Not for who you want to be.
Well, that's just utterly humiliating then, isn't it?
I don't think it is. But it's strange when I'm talking to somebody who's living in tomorrow, not today.
It's cruel to even bring up tomorrow. I can't be in this kind of mood when I wake up.
Two of us look at one another again, heading back to Cliff.
I just need some time to think.
He walks out of the room, not exactly slamming the door, but not closing it gently either. I don't think he gets it. Well, at least something good came out of this. What's that? You're definitely going to get one of the beds to yourself. Clicks his tongue, ignoring my comment as he shuffles through his pack, pulling out a dark curtain of jars and liquids in a can. Maybe you'll cheer up once I develop some of these photos. I think it can help someone to see a visual representation of where they started and where they've come. Where they've come? Are you doing that in one of your nudie pictures? Gives me a look. You know that's not what I meant. That's a bitch to time correctly anyhow. Right then. I'll leave you to your secrets. He stops shuffling back through his back. I imagine that's pack, and looked in my direction. And where exactly are you going? Doing like y'all said. If I'm going in a different direction, then I need to find folks who might go with me. Safety in numbers. That's a good idea for general traveling purposes. Fox narrowed his eyes. But truth be told, I don't think numbers will help anyone who runs across that thing. So what will help? He taps his chin. I don't know. I guess the pessimistic answer is 2 or more groups traveling at the same starting point in different directions, isn't it? What?
What?
2 or more groups traveling at the same starting point in different
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know. Always another thing to try if you run out of options, but... Oh, to try to, like confuse the thing to get them to try, to go towards one of the other groups. I get you now. Always another thing to try if you run out of options, but I don't put much stock into myself. But maybe we'll stumble upon something. That's usually how we get the answer to most things, isn't it? Just make sure you stumble first, and make sure to tell me what you learn before you bleed out.
What?
He looks away and gives me a short military salute as he busies himself with his chemicals, and I slink out the doorway.